We have seen vicious efforts by ICE there, rappelling down from Black Hawk helicopters against this one particular building. I mean, zip ties of grown people, have dressed folks, children as well. A 2-year-old child, really zip tied? I mean, it makes no sense whatsoever. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker addressed this issue as well. This is what he had to say.
Earlier today, the state of Illinois filed a lawsuit challenging Donald Trump's unlawful and unwarranted plans to deploy armed military troops to Chicago. There is no invasion here. There is no insurrection here. The local and state law enforcement are on the job and managing what they need to.
Right. So that was the governor. Now, Mayor Brandon Johnson, Chicago mayor, addressed this issue as well, because what we saw take place in this one particular building, where they claimed they were going after Venezuelan gang members, but it was black folks who were being pulled out, who were standing there detained, arrested, 3 o'clock in the morning, half clothed, children as well. This is the mayor.
Thank you to the community-based organizations that are standing together in this critical moment in our nation's history. We are here today to talk about the events that have transpired over the past week. The past week revealed the true face of the administration's immigration enforcement in our city, and the entire world was able to witness that. On Tuesday, federal immigration agents raided an apartment building in the South Shore community in the middle of the night. This building was managed by a slumlord that people have all been clear about. The city actually sued the owner in February over 15 building code violations. The residents were dealing with deplorable conditions already. This was before ICE trampled. But when they came in the middle of the night, they terrorized the families that were living there. There were children who were without clothing. They were zip-tied, taken outside at 3 o'clock in the morning. A senior resident, an American citizen, with no warrants, was taken outside and handcuffed for 3 hours. Doors were blown off their hinges, walls were broken through. Immigration agents coming from Black Hawk helicopters to set up snipers on nearby buildings. This is America. One resident described the situation plainly, and I quote, "They had immigrants in one van and black people in another van." This raid wasn't about public safety. It was about and it's certainly not about immigration. This was about a show of authoritarianism, a forceful display of tyranny. They sent a clear message to all Chicagoans. They said, "We do not respect your rights. We can do anything we want and we will film it and put it on social media." The very next day, ICE agents chased people outside of a homeless shelter on the south side and then caused a car accident on the west side. Immigration agents put a young black man in a chokehold on the side of the street in East Garfield Park. Witnesses, one of which you will hear from this morning, bravely filmed the interaction, eventually leading to this person's release. On Friday, agents dispersed tear gas in the middle of a busy city street. Chicagoans were hit with chemical agents while walking their children home from school. A couple ran from tear gas with a 2-year-old child in their care. Agents went into the Humboldt Park Health Center and detained a sitting elected official, Alder Jessie Fuentes, the 26th Ward, because she simply requested to see a warrant. On Saturday, they escalated even further by shooting a U.S. citizen. They claimed it was defensive fire. But frankly, we cannot trust anything that comes out of the administration. It was only a few short weeks ago that they claimed officers were severely injured in the killing of Mr. Villegas Gonzalez in Franklin Park. A Sun-Times investigation found that the agent said on a body camera footage that it was, in fact, nothing major. We have a rogue, reckless group of heavily armed masked individuals roaming throughout our city that are not accountable to the people of Chicago. Their actions put all Chicagoans at risk. When protesters confronted federal immigration agents in Brighton Park on Saturday, they were met with pepper balls and more repression. CPD responded to attempt to de-escalate the situation, and ICE tear-gassed our police officers. Let me be clear. Tear-gassing women and men who serve as Chicago Police Department officers is not how we make our city safer. I'm calling for a full investigation into this incident and into all of the brutality that we have seen over the past week. They are taking police resources that should be in our neighborhoods, serving Chicagoans and diverting them to deal with the chaos that they are causing. We need ICE out of our city so that we can continue to focus on the strategies that have been working to drive violent crime down. These actions tell us a simple truth. If we allow this administration to take away due process for anyone, we will allow them to take away due process for everyone. They told us that this was about the worst of the worst. In reality, they are going after anyone who objects to families being ripped apart and community members being disappeared. ICE lies and people die. We cannot allow this to continue. We must take action more drastic than what we have taken before, because what we are seeing is a more radical attempt to undermine our democracy. And today, we are signing an executive order aimed at reining in this out-of-control administration. The order establishes ICE-free zones. That means that city property and unwilling private businesses will no longer serve as staging grounds for these raids.
Folks, it has been absolutely crazy, and now we have this here. CBS did a story talking about how these ICE agents are tying up local police by calling 911 for bogus calls. Check this out.
You are watching as Broadview police respond to a 911 call, claiming someone was tampering with a gate at the ICE detention facility there. Body camera footage obtained by the CBS News Chicago investigators shows several Broadview police officers respond to an alleged Homeland Security threat. The gate in question is where ICE takes detained immigrants for processing.
What's up, guys?
Hey, what's up?
Not much.
How are you?
Good. We got a call of subjects trying to climb over the fence or something.
No, not since we've been here.
But when police arrive, all they find is two people and a camera. Our CBS photographer filming the exterior of the building with a CBS security guard by his side.
Okay, you guys didn't tamper with any of the...
No, man. The 911 call claiming someone was tampering with the gate came from an ICE agent. According to this incident report, an ICE agent called police for help.
But he can't go and try to force his way into that door.
Okay, so the guy in the
He
blue.
just says
No,
that
the guy
he was
in
just recording.
the camera.
Do you believe that that was a false call?
I do.
Again, it was just our CBS photographer filming the exterior of the building.
In your mind, bogus.
Yes. It's disturbing. It's ridiculous.
Broadview Police Chief Thomas Mills says this is just one of several questionable 911 calls his police department has received from ICE at this facility recently. This same detention center has become the site of at least 3 other incidents involving federal agents who are accused of hitting people with cars, shooting projectiles, and using chemical agents on journalists, including a CBS reporter.
Crazy is that? Now, I don't know if y'all saw this here. Before I go to my panel, I want to show you how this here. So, you know Ice Barbie? Ice Barbie was in Broadview, okay? And she actually tried to go to a city facility because she wanted to use the restroom. And they were like, nah, we're good. And so, you know, so she was whining, complaining on the right-wing show, Benny Johnson, you know, the dude who got all that money from Russia. So, y'all, check this out.
Can we use the restroom? No, you cannot.
We can?
Please don't close the door. Please don't close the door.
Okay. All right. Thank you. Interesting. That's what Governor Pritzker says is cooperation in keeping people safe.
So why wouldn't they let you in? What's been going on here? What's been going on here, Secretary?
We were coming to go out and do some operations to pick up some guys with criminal convictions on them, and the city police wouldn't even let us use a restroom.
And you were just blocked by a worker here for the city?
A worker at the municipal building here in Broadmoor would not allow us to go in and to use a restroom at the police station. So as much as these local leaders and governors talk about cooperating and having the backs of our law enforcement officers, this is what we have to put up with every single day. And all we're doing is getting criminals and terrorists and cartels and gang members off the streets to make families safer here. It's ridiculous.
I mean, is impeding law enforcement? I mean, this is a real problem.
This is a real problem. I'm so proud of our officers that deal with this every single day. They know that America's got their backs, but what they face here every day is real prosecution.
Incredible.
Yeah.
Incredible.
First of all, McCongo, she lying. Your ass going to the bathroom is not blocking us from doing work, but here's what she wants to deny. These the police chief of Broadview say he has never been spoken to the way he was by these ICE agents. They have disrespected local police, and then they want them to reciprocate? Oh, hell no.
Oh, absolutely, hell no. And I remember also watching your show last week, and the same officer, Chief Mills was talking about his officers have been, have the effects of the tear gas and so on and so forth. How long do they think they can keep disrespecting local law enforcement? I know Pritzker was asked today if he's going to get the state troopers involved, but these are guys who got guns and got badges and got authority as well, and ultimately you're invading their city. And everybody's talking about, people should be working with Trump. Mike Johnson, yield, man, just let Trump in and let them do their thing. They have no desire to work with them. And this is where Mayor Johnson has made this clear from the beginning. Trump does not want to work with them. They want to come in there and dominate and control. They had enough. And then if you look at all of the videos and posters that they're putting up on their ICE website, when they had one man getting arrested and they said, this is what's going to happen to Antifa, more coming. Antifa, which is also a fake organization in terms of no real leadership or anything like that. They're using that also as a pretext to go into these cities. Everything Mayor Johnson said was absolutely true. And I really don't know how much these law enforcement folks, the local people on the ground, because to be honest, Roland, I really feel like many of these so-called ICE agents, I just feel like these guys are the insurrectionists that were put out and are just running around lawless and reckless. And at some point, when these guys start getting arrested or getting unmasked by other people and people start tracking them down, maybe they'll start to subside. But right now, they are running loose. Ice Barbie's running loose, and what they're on the roof with snipers and everything. Nah, this can't continue, and it's just going to be a matter of time before I think local law enforcement has had enough as well with these individuals.
Zabor, I agree. I listen. We don't know who these people are. We don't know if they're oath keepers. We don't know if they're Proud Boys. We don't know if they are vigilantes. We don't know any of this.
Definitely, we are watching people that already don't have trust in law enforcement. You are against law enforcement, against the citizens of these places. You're looking at what's going on in Chicago. You're looking at how the police are being treated. And they're telling you, their governments, the local governments, we have too much big government in our local communities. And with ICE just doing whatever they want to do, they're creating trauma in these communities. These people are going to have to deal with these traumas, and there's no supports. They're not going to have any supports after ICE leaves and we try to get back to some state of normal. But how can we even get back to a place of some level of normalness when who's going to trust the police at that point? So it's really unfortunate that people that are putting their life on the lines for our communities are having the same problems that the people in the communities are having, and it's creating trauma for everybody. And there are no supports to be able to heal that trauma for these communities. So it just reminds you of everything that has happened in some of our apartheids in Germany and Hitler and all of these historic events. And how do we move forward from this? I think it's just going to be very difficult for us to even heal this trauma that they are causing.
They're acting like thugs. That's who they are, Niambi. And so I'm with them. I wouldn't give them any cooperation either.
And I think this is where we're starting to go. I mean, I think, they say politics creates strange bedfellows. I mean, this is the same government that released January 6th rioters who attacked police officers and who attacked federal law enforcement in federal buildings. And this is the same person who is now telling local law enforcement that they should cooperate when most of the time local law enforcement don't know who these people are. They've not had any communication, and these people are endangering their lives. I mean, I think this whole situation of just sort of escalation is making life more difficult in some of the ways that both my co-panelists have talked about. But when we think about the job of law enforcement, which is already difficult, you're talking about a group that does not have a lot of trust in our very same communities. And now they're in a position where they are being demeaned, where they are being treated poorly. They are being, having their professionalism attacked publicly and on a national stage. I mean, I think you will see local law enforcement divest. And even when you think about these detainers, that ICE needs local law enforcement to enforce, meaning that local law enforcement may have to hold some of these people in their facilities. They are not compensated for that. They are going to risk, having their local facilities at capacity. All of this on behalf of the federal government, and you expect a friendly assist. I don't think that's going to be forthcoming. And this government somehow just does not seem to get that message. They keep making enemies out of everyone. And in a minute, you're going to create a lot of friends out of people who have very different perspectives on lots of things, but are unified in their idea and their sense and their rightful belief that this government is dangerous and out of control.
Hello, I'm Isaac Hayes III, founder and CEO of Fanbase, and I'm here with a very important message. We are at a turning point in the Black community where we must have equity in the apps we use that scale to billions of dollars. But this time, we own the infrastructure, we own the culture, and we shape the future. And Fanbase is the future. Fanbase combines the free functionality of Instagram, TikTok, and YouTube into an all-in-one platform built for the evolution of social media and monetization. With over 1.4 million users, that's real proof that we are shifting the conversation of tech ownership and equity for creators. So right now, I want you to go to startengine.com/fanbase and invest today. The minimum to invest is $399. That gets you 60 shares of stock in Fanbase at $665 a share. This marks a turning point in Black ownership of social media. If we don't take this opportunity to own social media right now, we will always be customers to our own creations. And that can't go on. So once again, go to startengine.com/fanbase and invest today. We must own the platforms where our voices live, our stories matter, and where our culture drives the world. Thank you.